Have you ever noticed how the energy of a woman changes everything in the room, even before she speaks? There's a reason why some women are pursued, respected, and deeply valued, while others are overlooked, taken for granted, or simply used. And it's not about beauty. It's not about how much she gives. It's not even about how much she loves. It's about the mindset she carries. A woman's mindset is the quiet power that decides everything. How he sees her, how he treats her, how long he stays, and how deeply he feels her absence. A woman who knows her worth never has to prove it. That one truth changes the entire game. Because when a woman walks into a relationship, knowing that she is not here to beg, not here to compete, not here to chase, something shifts. He feels it. He senses it. He either rises to meet her or he falls behind and gets left there. But she no longer bends for anyone. Not because she's cold, but because she's clear. Think of a magnet. A weak one pulls only the smallest pieces of metal, but a powerful one. It pulls with force, with silence, with presence. That is the woman with the right mindset. She doesn't chase after love. She becomes the kind of woman love cannot ignore. Her mindset tells him, "You don't get to choose me halfway. You're either all in or you're gone." In relationships, a man can feel when a woman's mindset is rooted in fear, in desperation, in lack. He might use that. He might test that. But the moment she shifts into confidence, self-respect, and quiet certainty, everything about the relationship changes. Suddenly, she is not an option. She is the standard. She is not begging to be loved. She is love. And that terrifies a man who isn't ready to rise. And now, dear woman, this is the moment where I remind you of who you are. You are not needy. You are not replaceable. You are not too much. You are a queen, one who doesn't shrink to be loved, but expands and commands it by her very presence. You don't have to say a word. Your energy speaks first. Queens, this is where the shift begins. Men don't respond to the loudest voice. They respond to the deepest presence. And the woman who walks with that mindset, she never has to ask twice. If this message touched something deep inside you, if it reminded you of the strength you forgot you had, the power you've always carried, then show your love back, queens. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you truth, healing, and the kind of life-changing content that helps you rise, reign, and never look back. Number 1, he doesn't chase the loudest voice. He feels the quiet power she carries without speaking. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like your energy said everything before you even opened your mouth? That's not luck, that's mindset. And here's the truth that no one tells you. He doesn't chase the loudest voice. He responds to the quiet power a woman carries when she knows exactly who she is. No begging, no explaining, no trying to prove anything. Just presence. And presence speaks louder than words ever could. You see, a woman who truly owns her value doesn't need to shout it from rooftops. She doesn't need to post about it online. She doesn't sit around wondering if he'll call, if he'll choose her, if she's good enough. Her energy tells the story. It says, "You can either meet me at this level, or you can watch me rise without you." And he hears that, even in silence. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." And when her thoughts are rooted in calm confidence, in strength, in unshakable self-worth, she becomes unforgettable. He might not know why he's drawn to her. He might not even be ready for her, but he'll feel something deep in his gut, a quiet pressure to become more, to rise, to act right, or lose her forever. Think of a lighthouse. It doesn't move, it doesn't scream, it doesn't chase ships in the storm. It stands tall, it shines, and those who are meant to find it always do. That's what this mindset does to a man. It either calls him to anchor, or it sends him drifting into the sea, lost and full of regret. This is where your power begins, beautiful woman. Not when you force love, not when you overgive, not when you try to be loud enough for him to finally hear you. Your power begins the moment you realize that your softness doesn't mean weakness, and your silence doesn't mean defeat. It means you're no longer wasting your voice where it won't be valued. It means you've stepped into your throne. Because you are not just another woman. You are the woman, the one who doesn't chase, doesn't plead, doesn't shrink. You are the woman who lives like a queen, moves like a mystery, and loves like fire. And the man who cannot feel that power without needing an explanation? He was never meant to stay. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My presence is louder than words. Let the world know that you no longer explain yourself. You are the explanation. We are working hard to bring you these life-changing lessons because you weren't born to chase. You were born to reign. 2. He'll risk it all for the woman who doesn't need him to feel whole. Have you ever wondered why a man suddenly shifts his entire energy when he meets her? The woman who doesn't ask to be completed. The woman who doesn't wait around, hoping to be enough. He might not say it out loud, but deep inside, he feels something different. It unsettles him. It excites him. It makes him rethink everything. Because when a woman walks through life knowing she is already whole, already worthy, already enough, he doesn't just respond, he reacts. He risks comfort. He risks ego. He risks it all. A woman who doesn't need him becomes the woman he fears losing the most. That's not just a quote. It's a reality that hits different. When a man sees that you are not looking to be filled, fixed, or rescued, he realizes you cannot be manipulated, swayed, or bought. And that shakes him to his core, because he's used to women who bend, who give too much, who ask for too little. But you bring a new frequency. You make him realize he has to show up with intention or fall back and lose his place. Think of a lighthouse. It stands tall. It doesn't chase ships. It simply shines. The ships come to it when they are lost, when they need direction, when they need something steady. That's the mindset we're talking about. The woman who knows who she is doesn't run after love. She stands in it. And the man who sees that, he will drop everything for a chance to be part of her world, because he knows deep down this kind of woman. She doesn't come twice. And now, beautiful woman, this is where you remember who you really are. You were never broken. You were never lacking. You don't need to beg to be chosen. You already are the prize. And from this moment on, you walk like it. Speak like it. Live like it. The one who knows her worth is never afraid of being alone. She knows the right one will find her where she reigns, not where she chases. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. I am whole, with or without him. Let the world feel your shift. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons, because queens, this is your time to rise. 3. He thought he had time until her mindset showed him She's not waiting. He thought you'd be there forever, didn't he? He believed he could take his time, weigh his options, and keep you hanging while he explored whatever or whoever felt easier in the moment. He assumed your heart would still be open when he finally decided to come back. But what he didn't know was this: your mindset had already shifted. And once a woman's mind changes, everything else follows. He thought he had time, until your silence said otherwise, until your peace became louder than your pain, until your presence was no longer his to access. A man doesn't panic when a woman begs. He panics when she stops. And that moment, when you no longer chased, no longer explained, no longer checked your phone hoping he'd reach out, that was when he felt it. The shift, the loss, the reality that you're not waiting anymore. You're not in limbo. You've stepped forward, quietly, powerfully, unapologetically. Time is a luxury only the blind think they have. And he was blind to your worth, blind to the way you held him down, supported him, stayed loyal when no one else would. But the moment your mindset whispered, "I deserve more," everything changed. The game flipped. You stopped waiting for him to choose you and started choosing yourself. Imagine a train pulling away from the station. At first, he watches it casually, thinking it'll slow down or stop. But when he realizes it's not stopping and it's moving faster and farther with every second, panic sets in. That's what your energy did. You were the station he assumed would always be there. But now, Queen, you're the train, and he missed his ride. Now let's be clear. This isn't about making him suffer. This is about you reclaiming your time, your love, your value. You don't wait for clarity from a man who kept you in confusion. You don't wait for his approval to move forward. A woman with the right mindset doesn't just rise, she outgrows. And he'll feel that, not because you said anything, but because your absence says it all. Queens, this is the moment. No more waiting, no more hoping, no more silence spent suffering. Your mindset is your crown now, and he will realize too late that he lost the woman who was never meant to be an option. Write this in the comments and claim it. I'm not waiting, I'm rising. We're working hard to create these life-changing lessons just for you, so you never forget who you are and what you deserve. Number 4. He can't play the same tricks on a woman who's already learned the game. Have you ever watched a man try the same old tricks on a woman and suddenly nothing works? The smile that once made her melt doesn't hit the same. The sweet words that used to pull her in now bounce right off. The silence he used to punish her no longer affects her. Why? Because she's not the same woman anymore. She's grown, she's learned, she's seen behind the curtain. And now, he can't play the same game because she already knows the rules. A woman who's been through the fire doesn't fear the smoke. And that's exactly what happens when she changes her mindset. She no longer hopes he'll pick her. She no longer bends for his moods. She no longer feels the need to explain herself, overthink every message, or shrink to fit into the box he created. She knows her value, and that knowledge, that's what shakes him. Because once she wakes up, he loses the control he once thought he had. Think of it like a magician. His illusions only work when the audience doesn't know the trick. But once someone learns how the magic is done, the spell is broken. That's what it feels like for him now. He used to cast shadows, distractions, and confusion. but her clarity is the light that cuts right through it. He says something vague, and she hears what he's really avoiding. He pulls away, and instead of chasing, she leans back in peace. And that peace, that's what haunts him. Because when a woman stops reacting, when she stops getting tangled in the push and pull, the entire dynamic shifts. He can't use silence, guilt, or attention games anymore. She sees it, she names it, and she walks away from it without flinching. That's power, and he can feel it. Dear lady, this is the moment you stop explaining and start reigning. You've already played the role of the forgiving woman, the understanding woman, the patient woman. Now it's time to play your true role, the woman who is unshaken, unbothered, and untouchable. You don't fall for tricks, you rise above them. Write this in the comments, queens, and claim it. I know the game, and I don't play it. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, because we are working hard to bring you life-changing truths that remind you of your crown. Number 5. He responds to boundaries like fire to ice. They burn his ego, but reveal his truth. He was comfortable, too comfortable. He thought you would always say yes, always understand, always forgive. He mistook your love for permission and your patience for permission to walk all over you. But then something changed. You drew a line, and just like that, the air around you shifted. You didn't yell, you didn't beg, you just stopped shrinking, and he felt it like fire meeting ice. Because when a woman sets boundaries, she burns his ego. But she also reveals the truth he can't hide from anymore. A woman's no is not a rejection, it's a redirection toward respect. And when you say no without guilt, when you say this is the line and refuse to bend, you awaken something in him. He either steps up or backs down. There's no in-between. The right mindset doesn't seek approval. It sets standards, and queens, men respond to standards, even the ones who act like they don't. Think of a flame. It gives light, warmth, beauty, but if you touch it carelessly, it burns. That's the energy of a woman with strong boundaries. She is soft, but not weak, loving, but not blind. When a man knows he can't cross certain lines without consequence, he starts to treat her differently. He begins to see her not as an option, but as a force. And when he realizes he can't push or pull her like before, that's when the respect begins, or the distance does. Either way, she wins. Right now, he may be confused. He may even be angry, not because you've done anything wrong, but because for the first time, he's not in control. He feels that shift. The access he once took for granted has been revoked. And the silence you give him now, that's the weight of a boundary well placed. And trust me, he hears it loud. Because a man who truly wants to be in your life will not be threatened by your boundaries. He will be guided by them. The ones who walk away were never strong enough to stand beside the woman you're becoming. And that woman, she doesn't explain herself anymore. She reigns. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. My boundaries are not a threat. They are my power. We are working hard to bring you lessons that help you rise, love better, and rule your world with quiet fire. Number 6. He knows when he's facing a woman. He can't fool, and that scares him. He thought you were just like the rest, easy to read, easy to win, easy to control. But the moment he looked into your eyes and saw that unshaken stillness, that calm fire, that deep knowing, something inside him shifted. He didn't say it out loud, but he felt it. This one is different. He knew right away. He couldn't play the same games here. He couldn't fool you because you weren't hoping to be chosen. You were already whole. A clever woman doesn't need to speak loudly. Her energy announces her wisdom before her words arrive. And that, queens, is what unsettles him most. You don't argue. You don't prove. You just know. And that knowing, that deep-rooted self-respect, it pierces straight through his charm. It slices through the lies he used on others. And suddenly, his confidence doesn't feel so confident anymore. Imagine standing in front of a mirror that reflects back the truth. That's what you are to him. A reflection he can't manipulate. A reality he can't dress up. He used to be the storm, but now you are the calm before it. And that silence, it scares him more than the thunder ever did. In relationships, he's used to pulling strings, used to women bending, begging, explaining. But now he's face to face with a woman who doesn't break her own boundaries just to keep him. He can't figure out why his tricks don't work anymore. And that's because you've upgraded. Your mindset has shifted from hoping to be enough to knowing that you already are. And that shift, that quiet, graceful refusal to entertain what doesn't serve you, it rattles his soul. He will either rise to meet you with honesty, with depth, with love, or he will fall back into the same shallow patterns, only this time without you. Because now, beautiful woman, this is where you step into the mindset that changes everything. You are not here to be fooled. You are not here to be tested. You are here to be loved with clarity or not at all. You are not just another woman. You are the mirror that exposes and the presence that commands. Write this in the comments and claim it. He can't fool what he can't control. We are working hard to bring you the kind of life-changing lessons that help you rise, reign, and never again shrink for love. Number 7. He'll miss the one who didn't beg, because she'll be the one who was never chasing. Have you ever noticed how quiet strength leaves the deepest mark? Not the woman who screams, not the one who begs, but the one who walks away without a word. He remembers her, not because she made noise, but because she didn't. He expected her to cry. He expected her to plead. He thought she would wait in the corner, watching him live his life with someone else. But instead, she chose herself. And now, that silence is what rings the loudest in his memory. Because the woman who didn't beg, she's the one he'll miss for the rest of his life. A man responds to a mindset that doesn't need validation. He can feel when a woman values herself first. He can feel it when she stops chasing, stops explaining, stops shrinking just to be chosen. She becomes unforgettable. Not because she fought for him, but because she never had to. And when he's lying next to another woman, wondering why something feels off, it will hit him. She didn't love him the way you did. Nothing is louder than the silence of a woman who knows her worth. That truth breaks through his ego like thunder in a quiet room. He will remember the way your love felt like home, the way you gave with no games, the way you never made him earn your loyalty, yet he still chose to gamble it. And now, he's sitting with that loss, while you're rising without looking back. Think of a locked door. At first, it creaks open for him, again and again. He gets used to it. He assumes it'll always be there. But one day, it shuts, quietly, firmly, and the key, long gone. That's what happens when a woman changes her mindset. He wakes up one day and realizes she's not waiting anymore. She's not hoping. She's not reachable. You were not too much. You were too rare. He mistook your patience for weakness, your love for something easy to replace. And now he knows he'll never find it again. Not in her, not in anyone. But you've already outgrown him. You're walking with your head high, your heart full, and your crown steady. Because, lovely woman, you are no longer the one who waits to be chosen. You are the one who reigns. Write this in the comments, queens, and claim it with every piece of your heart. I was never chasing. I was always the one to miss. Let this world know your silence wasn't weakness. It was your power rising. And if this message woke something deep inside you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you life-changing lessons because queens like you were never meant to beg, you were meant to reign.